This is the Lilac project, an e-learning hub for online language learning and teaching. My name is Laura McLaughlin, and I'm the initiative leader. We have a core team of 6 colleagues, including myself, who will introduce themselves shortly. In addition, we also have an outreach officer who will join us in September, and a translator from English into Irish who will join us in October. And also an independent international quality reviewer from the Università per Stranieri di Siena, who will monitor the quality of the content created and the methodology followed. In addition to the core team, we also have a larger team made up of students, teachers, and trainee teachers who will contribute to the development of the project in all its phases. And I will say something more about this in a minute.
Hi, my name is Pilar Alderete and I'm based in Spanish at the School of Languages, Literatures and Cultures at NUI Galway. I am working in this project with Dr. Laura McLaughlin, mainly as a website developer and developing some videos and some materials for this project as well.
Hi, my name is Oriana Bologna, and on the Lilac project, I'm working on the content creation of the 2 modules together with Francesca. Also, next semester, I will be co-teaching in the module for students learning and teaching languages online.
My name is Dorothy Neagy. On the Lilac project, I will be coordinating the localisation of the material into the Irish language. I will also be liaising with student teachers of Irish, whom we hope will use the Lilac project material in their own academic development and practice.
Hi everyone, I'm Francesca Nicora. I'm one of the content creators of the Lilac modules. I've been responsible for the creation and the analysis of questionnaires, and I will also co-teach in the module Learning and Teaching Languages Online. I can't wait to start.
Hello, my name is Dr. Eamon O'Cuffig. I am the coordinator of the HDIP in Irish, which is delivered via blended learning with the Ocative. I also teach French through Irish in the French department. I am the content creator for Irish in this project, and I am responsible for localization into Irish and creation of Irish specific content. I will also be co-teaching one of the modules. Thank you.
So what are the aims of the Lilac project? Well, the Lilac project is going to be a hub of resources for e-learning and e-teaching of languages. We intend to assist and involve language teachers and students in the transition from the traditional face-to-face teaching environment to the online e-learning environment. We also want to help both teachers and learners to develop the skills and the abilities needed to negotiate online environments, and enhance their understanding of online teaching methodologies and learning approaches. So in order to achieve our aims, we distributed a number of questionnaires to both teachers and students to identify which difficulties they perceived in online teaching and learning and which issues were of more concern to both categories. So the questionnaires that we received show that both teachers and learners were particularly concerned about speaking. When it comes to the issues and the difficulties that both students and teachers perceive in teaching and learning online, we can see that technology is present in both categories. Students have worried mainly about interaction, and again speaking comes up, but they also mentioned motivation, isolation, and the fact that learning online can be repetitive. Teachers worry about technology again, but also about the lack of training and the fact that it can be quite impersonal. This is something that the students also mentioned. Again, motivation and obviously plagiarism. Interestingly, cost always is also a worry for teachers. So we wanted to use Lilac to help students and teachers overcome these perceived difficulties, because they're not necessarily difficulties. And we think that perhaps these issues surface because both learners and teachers look at online teaching and learning as an adjustment of face-to-face teaching rather than a different methodology and a different approach. Interestingly, neither methodology or approach comes up in the open-ended questions in the questionnaires that we received back from either group. So the success of the Lilac project will be measured in terms of deliverables, impact, and dissemination. So the deliverables, first of all, we are creating a project website which is bilingual in English and Irish. And on the platform, we will host 2 modules, one to train language teachers to teach and assess online, and one to introduce students to online language learning. Both modules will be both in Irish and in English. There will be multiple entry points to allow for personalized learning paths. So in other words, it is not necessary to follow the whole module from the first to the last unit, but it is possible instead to access the resources that teachers and students think that are more appropriate to them. So they can be mixed and matched, or they can be followed in a linear pattern from the beginning to the end of each single module.
So let's now have a look in more details at the 2 modules and at their remarkable advantages. So first of all, both modules have been created on WordPress.org, that is a free and open source content management system. Second of all, they consist of self-contained units, so learners in both modules are free to jump around the sessions and explore the content they are more curious about. So this is the home page of our Lilac project website, and this is our visual and interactive table of contents for the teachers modules. You can see here the different tabs, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, and so on. So by clicking on the single tabs, you are brought to the content of the units, which are broken down into short lessons. Another big advantage of both modules is that they are based on microlearning. We mentioned that units are broken down into short lessons, and these lessons actually provide small chunks of learning content that learners can access anytime and anywhere on their laptop, on their tablet, or mobile phone. Also, all this makes the 2 modules easy to follow and highly engaging. At the same time, the 2 modules comprise extra material, like academic papers, additional text or videos. Finally, they both apply an innovative didactic design. Units are made up of open educational resources created with interactive online tools such as Genially, Canva for Education, but also H5P. So going back to the Lilac website, this one is an example of open educational resource created with H5P. It's drag and drop, and it's placed at the end of lesson 1, unit 1 in the student's course. Actually, at the end of every lesson and every unit, we devised short interactive activities like this one, where learners can put themselves to the test and self-assess what they have learned.
So moving on to impact and sustainability of the Lilac project. As I mentioned before, we have a larger team made up of language students and trainee teachers who contribute to all aspects of the development of the project. In order to do this, we have created a new undergraduate module, which is starting in September 2020, for the students of the Bachelor of Arts in Global Languages in year 3. And the participation of trainee teachers from the professional master in education. The students and the teachers will give feedback on the structure that we've already created for the modules, will help to create content, and will also review the content that we have created and the content that their peers will be creating. So this is important for impact, but it's also important for sustainability because there will be new content created every year, ensuring that what we have does not become obsolete as new technology, new issues, new forms of interaction become available for students and for teachers. But we're also discussing impact and sustainability of the Lilac project with support staff. In particular, we are involving the support services at NUI Galway James Hardiman Library, and we are discussing the integration of Lilac in academic skills training for students and teachers. In particular, we can see a way of integrating our project in the library LARC project, which provides a set of self-directed guides, online guides for undergraduate, postgraduate students and for teachers in general, not just for language teachers. We're also considering integration in CPD courses for language teachers in particular, for students of the professional master in education. Of course, workshops and presentations will be ongoing as well. And we also intend to present to colleagues who are members of the One Voice for Languages group and the Post-Primary Languages Ireland. And of course, language teachers associations. An outreach officer will join us later in September to make sure that these and the further activities will take place in whatever format is possible. Of course, we're also looking at dissemination activities. We have presented abstract to the IRAL conference, which will take place in November in 2020 at DCU, tackling in Portugal, which will be in October, and then the ITLA conference, so the Italian Association of Applied Linguistics, between the 11th and the 13th of February 2021, and there will be more to follow, of course.